with almost every shot.
Linares is done. He's done.
It's over. It's over. Ricky Gonzalez.
I was trying to stay away from social media. This is my first time seeing it.
Not steady on his feet. He made the right call, and this one's done in one.
What a knockout. Cano has been inconsistent with highs and lows in his career. To get a first-round knockout with one of the pound-for-pound greatest fighters in the world right now is just a statement.
Just to give you an idea of where Linares is, among lightweights on the ESPN rankings,
Cano came for that design money.
But that's behind Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia.
Hey, Eddie,
that's
sign
where
him
he's
up.
rated, and Cano just
ready.
took that man out.
My point exactly, to knock out a pound-for-pound
Marinated
great
long
fighter
enough.
like Linares is a statement.
Let's talk.
Wow.
Oh, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy live. I cover every single major fight live. My God, hey, listen, I've been on an extended vacation. You know, this job is hard. And it's well known that I have anxiety issues, but we are back. I fell asleep on the TJ after I did the TJ Doheny Ryu Takahashi fight, and I was asleep when Jorge Linares was knocked out. So right now it is what fucking time is it? 11:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, January the 19th, 2019. It's Pac versus Broner fight day. This was last night. So I heard about it on social media this morning about 6:30 a.m. or so when I woke up. But I was like, oh, Jorge Linares did motherfucking struck again, bro. Cano did not come the fuck around.
Comes with a overhand right.
Right behind the ear.
The ear, yes.
Yeah,
you see Eddie's face?
Really recuperate from those shots right there.
Go full screen, see if you can see.
Your legs come up out of you, the equilibrium goes off. It's very hard to come back after those behind the ear
Yo, last
shots.
night was some good
Pablo
scraps.
stayed on top of his man. He never let up.
I ain't gonna lie, the Doheny fight kind of put me to sleep. That did me in.
Beautiful.
The Doheny fight, that did me in.
And this is still the second knockdown. There it is.
Looping right hand.
So, of course, what are you saying when you're watching
too big,
that?
like Sergio said, too big, too strong.
Yeah, but
You're saying, get on your bike, move, move, move. He did not survive the round. He tried to stay in the pocket too long. Cano was too big, and he's a very, 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 very game fighter in regards to, you know, he's got win over Mauricio Herrera. Very tough fight with Shane Mosley. He's been around for a while, and he may be on his way to Soto Caras status, is where you don't know who he can beat. He came in the motherfucking fight. Especially when you saw Linares start doing those sweet moves during that last combination. What's the last combination where he does those sweet-ass dance moves? You can just see, look, he had nothing for Cano, and I was wondering about Linares' power at 135, but now 140. Cano was just walking through that shit. But look at those sweet moves, bro. Damn, Linares. Damn, man. I mean, shout out to Pablo, Cesar, Cano and everything. But damn, Jorge. I mean, he can still rebuild. Don't you know this was a contract fight? He was in negotiations to...
Gentlemen, referee Ricky Gonzalez calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 48 seconds of round number one. Your winner by TKO. He's still the WBC International Silver Champion, El Nivelador, Pablo Cesar Cano.
Cano comes in here, the opponent. Let's be honest, that's how it works.
Without question.
You come in, Linares is the money guy. We heard Chris Mannix a moment ago saying...
I wonder if we're going to get a post-fight interview. What I was saying is there's been a lot of news of him he was in negotiations with Top Rank for a contract. And you know this was pretty much a contract fight for him, you know, to maybe be signed with Golden Boy again, maybe to sign with Matchroom in the zone. Now he's got to restart. And you know, this is not the first time that he's been struck with a first-round knockout. Remember when he had to rebuild with those two fights? The DeMarco? No, DeMarco was earlier. Remember, that's when he had that breakdown. You know, and DeMarco just smashed his face up. It was this one. Salgado. The first-round KO strikes again. Then DeMarco smashed his face up, and then he came back and lost that. Right here, I'm going to show you the, you see, his first loss, first round, right? 2009. And this was around the time he had established himself. No, he was already established over there in Japan. But, you know, first loss, 2009. Then he fought Antonio DeMarco where he was winning, but he stayed in the pocket too long. And DeMarco, you know, just started walking him down and smashing through his face. Then he came back. It was that cut. And then he went on that nice, you know, streak. Then he met the two, you know, well, these were the fights where he started to establish himself in the UK with Kevin Mitchell. And then those two fights with Anthony Crolla. Then Luke Campbell. But now, you know, he's got to restart. And he's 33 years old. I mean, the legacy, yeah. You know, and this happens to fighters, yo. This happens. Remember, Cano, my bad, wrong screen. Cano, you know, I mean, look at his resume. It was only a matter of time before he got somebody, right? And whoop somebody's ass. That's how it works. Remember, Soto Carras, I know I keep bringing up the same name. He almost got, remember, he almost got Devin Alexander, and if it was a 10-round fight, he would have got him. He was going to get somebody. Let's see where he is in the rankings. Let me let this play so we can see if he gets a post-fight interview. Yeah, I'm covering the B.Y. Jennings fight, too. I heard about him. Oh. BY. Wait, my bad. Hold up.
To the ring, Chris Mannix is with Cano.
I hope they don't copyright me,
Pablo,
man.
you could see the emotion on your face when the referee raised your hand. You've had some tough luck losses in your career. What are you feeling right now?
Pablo, se te vio la emoción cuando te levantó el referee la mano declarándote victorioso. Has tenido unas derrotas un poco duras en tu carrera. ¿Qué sientes ahorita mismo?
Estoy muy contento, muy emocionado, porque es algo que en toda mi carrera había esperado, una pelea de esta magnitud contra un gran campeón como es Jorge Linares, y qué mejor que obtener la victoria de esta manera.
I'm very, very happy. I'm very content because all my career I've been wanting a victory of this magnitude against a great fighter like Jorge Linares. And what better way to win it than in this fashion?
Last year, you lost 2 fights in a row. You took 11 months off, came back, won your first fight, and now you pick up the biggest win of your career. What did that layoff do for you?
El año pasado sufriste 2 derrotas, tomaste un descanso de 11 meses, regresaste, ganaste una victoria y ahora ganas la victoria más grande de tu carrera. ¿Qué significó ese descanso de 11 meses para ti?
Bueno, pues significó mucho. Le doy gracias a Dios de tener gente a mi lado que me aconsejó muy bien. Me dijo, toma ese descanso, es necesario. Uno de ellos es Roberto. Y creo que me sirvió mucho. Me sentí muy bien, fresco. Y yo creo que pues se vio, ¿no? Se vio.
Well, I just thank God for the team around me, the people that give me the advice. I was given the advice to take a good rest. One of the people was Roberto, my matchmaker. And I appreciate it because, look, it showed that it did me good.
There was some talk coming into this card that Chris Algieri would take on Maurice Hooker if he won his fight. He wasn't all that impressive in that fight. Later, there was talk that Jorge Linares might fight Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker's in the crowd tonight. Do you want that shot at Maurice Hooker?
Se hablaba de que Chris Algieri, si ganara, iba a pelear con el campeón del mundo de ortoorganismo, Maurice Hooker. Algieri no se vio tan bien. Después se habló que si Jorge ganara, tal vez él pelea con Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker está aquí en la arena. ¿Te gustaría pelear con él?
Claro que sí, somos guerreros, somos mexicanos y yo estoy para pelear con el quien sea.
Absolutely. We're Mexican, we're warriors, and we're here to fight whoever.
Does this make all the struggles you've had, the loss to Paulie Malignaggi, the loss to Shane Mosley, does this make all your work worth it?
Esta victoria borra esas derrotas con Paulie, con Shane, y hace que todo haya valido la pena.
Claro que sí, yo creo que las derrotas con Shane Mosley y con Malignaggi fueron unas derrotas muy cerradas que pudieron haber sido para cualquier lado, pero ahora creo que me encuentro en un mejor momento en mi carrera, más maduro físicamente, mentalmente, y creo que lo demostré, y la verdad que para mí un orgullo pelear con Jorge Linares, un gran campeón 3 veces del mundo, y pues para mí un orgullo haber peleado con él.
Yes, absolutely. Look, those fights could have been either way. They were very close. I learned a lot. I gained experience. And today I'm in the best moment of my life, in my career, to have fought. It's an honor to have fought a 3-division world champion like Jorge Linares. And I give him all the great, gratitude.
Congratulations, Pablo.
Muchas gracias. Quiero darle las gracias a toda la gente, principalmente a mi equipo de trabajo, conformado por mi papá, Carlos Vargas, Mario Murguía, mi suegro, y pues toda la gente que vino a apoyarme aquí a la arena. ¡Y que viva México!
¡Viva México!
My corner, my father, and all the public that came to support me. Viva Mexico. Thank you.
All right, let's bring it over to Jorge Linares.
Oh, we got Jorge.
Jorge, what happened?
Hold on, let me pause this for a minute. I didn't know this video was going to run this long. Maurice Hooker is fighting a fighter by the name of something LesPIERRE on the undercard of Dimitri Bivol versus Joe Smith Jr. I would love, because I don't know who this LesPIERRE guy is, I have to do some research, but I would have loved for him to have fought Pablo Cesar Cano, you know, after he had beat Jorge Linares, because what we're saying, this is a reborn-ish, you know, Cesar Cano. So we know, man, damn, but they can't, you know, call the LesPIERRE fight off. But they're talking to Linares now. I didn't know. I'm just seeing this all for the first time. This was no more. This was like 12 hours ago. I'm 12 hours late.
Big right hand. He has power. He has punch. A mi equipo de trabajo, conformado por mi papá, Carlos Vargas, Mario Murguía, mi suegro, y pues toda la gente que vino a apoyarme aquí a la arena. ¡Y que viva México!
I want to take all
I'm half Mexican, half black, and half Irish.
my team, my corner, my father, and all the public that came to support me. Viva Mexico. Thank you.
All right, let's bring it over to Jorge Linares. Jorge, what happened out there?
He surprised me.
Let's look at that crowd.
Right hand, the big right hand. He has power. He has punch. I was feel a little cold in my body, you know. But he has power. He has punch. So he surprised me in the first round.
You fought at 140 pounds before, but you fought someone who was coming up in weight as well. This was the first full-fledged 140-pounder. Could you feel the difference in size in the ring?
Yeah, it's different. 5 pounds is so different, no? But before in 120, I was feel better and better. But now I moved to 140 because it's too hard for me right now. You know, the weight is hard, but.
Que peleaste con un 140 anteriormente, pero él venía de peso bajo. Hoy peleaste con un 140.
Is he saying he too big for 140?
It's big difference. It's big difference. His body is bigger. He has amazing punch. He surprised to me with the big right hand. That's why I'm going down.
When you went down the first time, how surprised were you that he had that kind of power?
Qué sorprendente estabas que la primera vez que caíste que tenía tanto poder.
No, sí me sorprendió al principio con esa derecha grande. Yo me sentía bastante bien, pero me sorprendió y me pude recuperar, pero es un boxeador que tiene una pegada bastante fuerte.
No, definitely. He surprised me with the big right hand. He's very strong with the right hand, and he's a big puncher.
It's a tough loss. What do you do next?
Es una derrota difícil. ¿Qué haces?
Tengo que pensar con calma y ver si sigo en 140 o bajo a 135. La verdad que me siento bastante bien en 140, pero vamos a ver qué pasa en un futuro cercano. Ahora, pues lo más importante es estar bien en salud.
No, you know, I got to decide. I got to think it over with my team, talk over, and see if I go back to 35 or stay at 40. Right now, the most important thing is my health and decide where we go next.
Tough fight, Jorge. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Brian?
Chris, I want to say first,
yeah, I don't think he can hang at 140. 135 is where he needs to go. You know, Josh Taylor, Regis Prograis, Ivan Barancek, from what we've seen tonight, will likely, you know, break him down, especially for a fighter that's known to be a chinny fighter with multiple two first-round stoppages or being stopped in the first round. So 135, he can compete. But Lomachenko has 2 of the belts, possibly 3, because you're going to have the winner of Richard Coleman. I'm going to change this. I'm so behind in everything, ladies and gentlemen, okay? All right. I'm human. It's been a rough several weeks, but we're back on the saddle. You know? Richard Coleman is taking on Isachaniev on the undercard of what's still on for now, Kovalev versus Eleider Alvarez, or Eleider Alvarez for Kovalev 2, February the 2nd. But it could be bumped up to the main event. You dig? Lomachenko has the WBA and the WBO. I know I'm going to change it. Mikey Garcia, you might as well say he's holding that belt hostage. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Luke Campbell versus Ink Crolla, you know, but Lomachenko is targeting, you know, Crolla possibly next, actually. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if, you know, Eddie Hearn tried to get the WBC to make a WBC interim belt for Luke Campbell to fight for. But the video's already ran a little too long. We got to get to the Andrade fight, and then we got to watch the B.Y. Jennings fight. And then I have to start preparing for Pac Broner, which is going to be, you know, I'm going to be working my ass off because we got to do the post-fight press conference and everything. And also, shout out to my colleague who was at the fight last night ringside. So even though we have some issues with our credentials, you know, with a certain company who we will not mention, thank you to The Zone. Thank you to Matchroom. You know, and also my colleague, Fred Morris, who was there. But yeah, I got some editing to do, get some content out, and we're going to be back for Pac Broner tonight. Well, the fights I mentioned, and then Pac Broner tonight. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live with Fight Fit 360. Please subscribe.